We just started out this tour. We have 6 days on the trail, and we are 5 persons and 28 dogs and Annie. Annie's, I don't know if Annie, the Border Collie, is a dog or a human or a source or just a parasite. I don't know what she is, but Annie's anyway with us. We are doing this tour west of Jokkmokk. We started out straight from the kennel this morning, and now we have had a lunch in the sunlight, and we continue up to the tent camp, and we have a kind of sunset, as you see over there-ish. We are behind the hill now. We are going to drive dog sled, we are going to camp, we are going to have campfires, and yeah, just having a nice time. With me on this tour I have 3 persons that never been doing dog sled before: Tanja, Theresa, and Julian. It's the first day. I have really crappy to learning name. And then we have Christian, who have been on several tours, 3 tours with me and a lot of tours with other companies also. Now we've arrived to the tent, and we had to take care of the dogs, undress them. Kiwi, talk with them. Kiwi, 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 Kiwi. Seems like the dogs are a little bit tired now, and maybe the trail was so fast, so it was driving faster than they are used with during the last period. And when you change the speed from lower speed to higher speed, it could be that the dogs get more tired from that. Or if you change from, if you have had very easy trail and you have been running in high speed for a while, and then suddenly you get bad trails, heavy snow, then the dogs get tired from that. No. Mikey! Puppy! Puppy!
She probably has a very different name in France.
Yeah. So now we are at the tent camp, and we have had dinner, and it's time to put some jackets on the dogs. And then we have Sophia. Sophia really needs a jacket, but in the bag here there is one jacket that are smaller than the other. It has a red tag. That one is for Sophia. As usually, some dogs don't get the jacket because they eat the jackets. I'm just walking around here with my long johns, you see, and with my wool thing, and it's not super warm. For here we don't have dogs that need jacket, but over here we got some guys and girls. Hello, doggy. Look, you need a jacket for me. Here we got now my sleeping bag is calling, so see you tomorrow. Tomorrow it's a new day and day 2 out of 6, and then we're heading towards the west. They promised 2 centimeters snow tonight, and I think we will get good weather the next couple of days, but then something is coming in and it looks like we will get wind and warmer temperatures and really warm, above 0, so melting temperature. But we will see. Weather forecast is a weather forecast and you really don't know. See you tomorrow. Good night. So we just left the tent camp and I feel a little bit sad because this part of the season is over. I enjoy the tent camp, I enjoy this forest area down here close to the kennel. Nice trails and yeah, but I also looking forward to go up to the mountains. Yeah, anyway, we're heading to a cabin behind the hill over there. That's our goal today. Coming closer and closer to the cabin, and today I think we have done something like 30 kilometer plus. There is some tracks from animals out here. It's from reindeer, elks, red fox, hare, and also some birds. I think there is less reindeer in the area this winter than normally, and probably because some of the reindeers are already up in the mountain. Other reindeer herders are down at the coast with their reindeers. And yeah, the reindeer herding are not on the same place from year after year after year. It's changed a lot from one year to another. Now we'll see if we can go into the cabin here. Yes, very good. Here's the cabin. Here we're going to spend the night. So this will be our home for the night. Now I just have to stop my team close to trees so I can hook them. So, Tanja, so take that tree. Or next tree. I take next tree. Yeah. Tanja, here. Put the anchor. Now I had to work a little bit. Now we arrived to the cabin, and I just want to show you a very basic mistake. If you're living up here, you know that if you're putting a pot with snow on, when the snow starts melting, the pot starts gliding over the edge. So never put a pot like this with snow on. Take away the snow first.
Just to stand in the dark for 3 minutes if I get lucky.
Huh? Okay, what?
We had those card box glasses.
Yeah.
We drove to the north of France to see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How often does that happen?
Often, but
went on the wrong places. Usually there's a total solar eclipse and that's the only one.
So right now we're giving dog jacket to Chloe. Hey guy. Hey Chloe. Hey son. Hey son. And Sophia gets the jacket. I actually give doggy jacket to some of the dogs that need it again, and the dog that's not eating the jacket. Bettan, you need a jacket. Bettan, you come to fun. You need a jacket. Yes. Hey Bettan, så söt du. So Bettan gets a jacket because she's older than the other ones and she's not eating the jacket. So then we see what more we have here. Here we have jacket chewers. Hej så söt du är killen då. Du är så fin. Du är så söt och fin. Och du är så söt och fin. Herregud. Trollet. Och då har vi Kiwi! Hello Kiwi! This is Kiwi. She's doing so good. So good, you great guy. I don't know. Hello, yeah. I think that's all. Now, time for sleeping bag. Right now we have moonlight. Now you see, when I switch off the light, you see behind me here, the lake. Yeah, you see? It's so bright. Here's the team, the dogs laying. Up there is a cabin. And you see, now there is some red light on me, but that's because of a red lamp, indicator lamp on my camera that shows that I'm recording. It's a lot of stars and the moon is up there, almost full moon, almost. When you have the full moon, the chance to see northern light is much lower because the northern light had to be much stronger when it's full moon if you want to be able to see it. When it's totally pitch black, no moon, no snow on the ground in the autumn, you don't need much northern light before you see it. So autumn before the snow, that's a really good time if you want to see northern light. But the only way to see northern light is actually to spend time outside. Now, good night, see you tomorrow. So we had a really great night and a morning in the cabin, and now we're back on the trail again. It's totally different weather today. It's much more grayish, if you see, like foggy, snowing, warmer, and something is coming in. If I look at the weather forecast, it's looked like it will be warm and windy in a couple of days. We will see. Weather is weather and it changes all the time. Dogs are resting. Or actually not resting, some of them are sitting up. Pearl River is here. Kula is there. She had period, so we had to take her away from the team while we're having lunch. And we are eating now.
Out of the house, you need it's like this sliding doors, you know, the big window doors, and there's not really, the whole bar is like the handle. Now I can say it was good.
Was it good? We just started out and I'm so upset because the dogs were so eager to go. They just stressed and start screaming. Everything was nice and calm, and then suddenly someone starts screaming. I didn't film that. There is 3 reasons why I want calm dogs. The first reason is it must be calm if something happens to the team, if something suddenly harness breakdown, suddenly a rope breakdown, someone hurt themselves, a person or anything, it's a tree over the trail, then you need dogs that listen to you when you say stop. The second reason why I want calm dogs is that actually if they make too much noise, they scare away animals. And we are operating in reindeer herding areas, and if I don't have calm dogs, I make too big impact on the reindeer herding actually. So calm dogs is, I had to have calm dogs. The third reason why I want calm dogs is it's more nice to hang around the dogs and doing things, and you can give a hug to them and talking with the dogs, and everything is much more relaxed if you have calm dogs. So there is actually only good things with calm dogs, if you asking me. Anyway, now we enter uphill. The dogs are doing fine, and it's warm, it has been snowing, and we continue towards the cabin. I'm out here week after week, year after year. I travel around in the forest with dog teams, with canoe, hiking, yeah, packraft, so on. I never get bored. It's so nice. It's a combination with physical activity and you see things. If I travel here for my first time, I probably see snow, I see low temperature, I see dogs, and so on. If you're doing it more, like I do, doing it for a living, you start seeing different types of snow. You start seeing different modes of the dogs. You start seeing the small shifting from one day to another. You smell different in the nature, different kind of smell. Some people say that they can smell if it will start snowing. I don't know, but some people do that. I don't know. There is maybe other things I recognize, and I listen very much to my instincts. I listen very much to my body. It's everything from if I get thirsty or if I get a little bit worried for something. Things should feel okay. I trust that my body and my brain somehow read information from the nature that I'm not aware of. Do you understand? Because I'm out here so much, I read in things from what's happening around me, and that goes into the computer between my ears, hopefully, and that makes some kind of calculation, what is safe, what is comfortable, what is doable, what is too high risk, and so on. And that is what we call intuition. Anyway, You got what I mean. And if I visit the city, and if you're living in the city, you get the same there. You see a person coming on the street in front of you. You know, should I avoid it? Should I not avoid it? Should I go on the left side, right side? You get a lot of information also that you put into that decision you make. So I would say always trust your feelings, trust your intuition. Not always, of course, but a lot of time you should trust what you think. Does it make sense what I'm saying? When you're standing here on the sled in the middle of Lapland driving a dog team, it makes sense. Now I got an issue. You remember I told you that I have a dog that need to eat more regular. That is Laban, and I always give him something while we're having lunch. And this time I forgot to give him. Bad, Matti. Bad. So I will stop very soon and give him some snacks. Now I feel guilty. I was so focused on our food, the coffee, and then to start out with calm dogs. So I forgot it. Another reason to have calm dogs. When I stopped the team, he's a leader dog, and he came all the way down to my sled and twisted up the whole team. Poor guy. Now I'm resting a little bit just before an uphill. As you see, it's like 10 minutes hard work, and something like 1 week ago I twisted my ankle, and I still have some pain when I try to run. I had to be really careful. For every step I take, it's a little bit pain if I step wrong. So I try to make it without pain, because then it's just good to use it. I made a video about that also. You'll find it with the link up here. Twisted ankle and how to treat a twisted ankle when you're out here. I'm self-employed, so no one else will do my job, so I had to do it anyway. I'm not complaining. I'm so happy with this lifestyle, so that's how it is. Oh. Again. So here you see the trail become more and more narrow and soft on the side, and then we had to drive more careful and using the brake much more. No maximum speed, just calm and easy. Super beautiful river, and the water here is so clean, so nice, and yeah, now up to the cabin and heat up the water. We're going to make dog food.
pocket knife somewhere? Matti?
Well, let's see. I think just with this one it would be just easier, no? No.
So you just take the...
I want to try again,
No.
but they're gonna be broken.
Stubborn.
I want to try!
Stubborn.
So when we arrived to this cabin today, it was almost 5 o'clock. Quite late, and it started getting a little bit dark. First of all, of course, we take care of the dogs, and then we make the fire in the stove and start making the cabin warm. And we start preparing dog food, water. We fed the dogs, and we have having fish soup for dinner. We are drinking coffee, we have drinking tea and chatting about everything from politics to UFO and different videos, films, and I don't know, a lot of the interesting subjects. And we are not agree all the time, so sometimes we have different opinion, and yeah, it's interesting. That's how life is. Anyway, now I've been down to the small river here and fetching some water. Before that I also put some jacket on the dogs. My guests are already in the sleeping bag. Now I'm looking forward to my sleeping bag also. Really want to go to bed. Not super tired, but sleepy. So let's continue filming tomorrow. See you then. Today we continue to the west to Karats Lake, and we have a cabin on an island there where we're going to spend the night. What's interesting today is that we're going to meet a lot of runners. There is an ultra marathon running thing going on up here now, and they've been running. The distance today is like 60k, and it's day number 3, I think, for them, 3, 4, something. And yeah, they run minimum a marathon a day in this condition with a small backpack. It's amazing. I think first of the runners already have passed by where we're coming out on the trail. They're doing the double distance as we do today, because they're heading all the way down to Jokkmokk. It's amazing. Now we're meeting the first 2 runners, you see, and here's one of the checkpoints. They already done 30k today. Amazing. Oh, you're doing really good. I'm impressed.
Nice.
Yes. Super impressive. A lot of people believe that this is the true wilderness with no activity, nothing like that. But in reality, we are a lot of people living in this area, and we do a lot of different kind of things here. We do like what I'm doing, dog sledding, guided tours, tourism, and the Ice Ultra that we met, that is a kind of also tourism. It's a running race. There is reindeer herders out here working with the reindeers, and there is also, yeah, things going on in the landscape. So we very often meet people that we know who are out doing other things, colleagues, some, if you should call them that, but most of us are kind of self-employed and yeah, having a good life, you know. Oh, I'm a little bit tight in my head, and probably because I haven't been drinking enough. So now I refill with tea. Laban. Hey, mannen. Laban. How do you do? Är det det killen? Ja. Nej, det är inte. Nej, 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 nej. Det ska vara mitt i. Nej, inte mitt i. Nej, 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 nej. This guy have a new kind of harness because he have something, I don't know if it's called condylose, loss something, and it's something in the back, so he have a free motion. He don't have the pressure over his back as the other dog got. Mr. Gandalf, you want some tea? Should we take off your shoes? Sorry. Oj, 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 den lilla gumman. Oj, 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 Manni. Manni. Så. Manni. For drying. I'm going to the loo, so then I keep leaving the door open. And we'll be back soon. So I've just been on the loo and walking around a little bit, looking at the dogs and talking with them, and as you see, it's snowing a little bit, and tonight I will not put the dog jacket on the dogs because one reason it's warm, another reason is that it's actually coming snow between the dog jacket and the dog, and then it melt and the dog get wet, and yeah, that not really help. Anyway, where am I? Where's my cabin? Super hot in the small cabin we stay. We have had dinner and everything, and tomorrow we're turning back. Right now we are on a small island 60k west of Jokkmokk. Tomorrow we continue back towards Jokkmokk, and we are doing like 30 plus k each day until we reach the kennel. It's a new day, and we just started out from the small cabin on the island, Laxholmen. Now we have turned back to Jokkmokk. It has been a windy night and it has been snowing. The temperature is above 0, so it's quite warm. I think this will be a heavy day for the dogs mostly, because the temperature make them being warm. A new day, fire in the stove, make some coffee, have breakfast, dress for success, out and prepare the dogs, and suddenly you're on the trail again. This is our last day out of 6 days, and today we will heading back towards the kennel in Jokkmokk. It has been 6 nice days out on the trail, and I really want to say thank you to Theresa, Julian, Tanja and Christian. I hope we can make tours again together. It has been fun and interesting discussion, and yeah, a nice tour. And thank you for helping me taking care of the dogs also. And to all of you who watched this video, I hope you enjoyed it. To all of you who support the channel with thumbs up and Patreon and all that things, thank you very much. I really like that you leave a comment, and it's nice to see who you are. Anyway, see you next video. Ciao.